Okay, stream is live.
Streams live.
So
Okay.
it's a little bit later than usual, but that's the way it goes. I have neurological problems.
Can I have the link?
You can have the link as soon as it loads in the preview window so I can get the link for you. I apologize. It's taking a little longer
That's
than
fair.
usual.
But it's on right now, so while it's doing that, I should take my turn.
Yeah, that's I would advise it.
All right. Which
Here's a video URL. I didn't set my stuff up correctly. Here we go.
All right.
This should be on this screen. I'm very professional today.
Yes.
That's the link right there.
Okay. I'll take that card. That was my turn. My turn. Okay. And I'm gonna get the link.
Just out here lifting my otters. I see how it is.
Well, you oughter have went first.
I respect the attempt. I can live with that.
I mean, is it not the basis of our relationship? I attempt to make jokes and you humor me,
And
respect them.
I allow it.
Yeah. Occasionally you laugh.
I mean, it's very difficult. It's very difficult for me not to take the Ravens. I don't even know if the Ravens are a good card. They're just so rad. They're crows, probably not ravens. So we will take this group of tokens. And I will arrange them on my board somehow. Let me get the stream view back up. Okay, I think I'm prepared. I am now actually looking at all of the things that I need to be looking at to run a stream. We're still in the pre-stream. It's fine that I'm not ready.
Yeah, you tell yourself that, sweetheart.
Thank you, I will. So I need a space that looks like to assemble the crow formation, the canonical crow formation. I think I'm just gonna start it up in this corner. I'm just gonna do that. We'll lay it out like that. No possible actions left.
All right. What are my actions going to be?
Stephanie, it's true. We just started because that's my sleep schedule is like that now. At the moment, waking up at 2 p.m.
All right. Yeah. Let's take this thing and let's put that there. And
So welcome in, everybody. Hello.
hello, everybody.
What do you think? What do you think you are doing?
Place a cube, and I'm going to take this guy.
Brutal. Absolutely.
That was my turn.
All right. This is an
Hello,
interesting
everybody.
set of tokens. I think this is gonna be my plan. And then we're in kind of a weird spot with these tokens. I'm gonna grab these. Can't go wrong with a little bit of extra water. So we're gonna start laying down Fields group. Put this guy over here, and then the way things are shaped,
Mm-hmm.
I think I can do like a little cutoff over here, I think.
Okay. This moves me pretty good, I think.
So this is
Let's
Harmonies, everybody. In case you're not familiar,
Harmony.
it's a new pre-stream game. This is one that we have in physical, and we love it very much. That is a habitatful turn. Ooh.
Yep.
That's exciting. There's some awkwardness to it. I might even... Yeah, as much as I want that... I think I'm going to take this. We're building a tree.
I'll allow it.
Slowly building a tree. And here's a second field for my fields. Do I want to take a critter in this circumstance, in this economy? I'm going to say yes. Have you noticed that I tend to sort of draft a certain aesthetic of creature?
Yeah, I have noticed that, sweetheart. You're adorable.
I feel at home with the vultures and the crows.
Remind me how the yellow scoring works again?
You get 5 points for each group of at least 2 contiguous adjacent yellow tiles.
Okay, so this isn't the most, but it will eventually give me some scoring.
Putting that field tile there. The field itself is not worth anything, but
okay, and then I should grab a card to replace that.
So this is a game all about constructing habitats for animals. You can see we pull these animal cards from the market, and they depict a situation that must be presented on the board in order to be able to place the animal cubes. Amabel's doing a much better job of homing some animals than I am. I think I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna get a cube, some cubes down here. So we're gonna put this red on top of that gray. That makes a building. I'm gonna put this green on top of these browns. That makes a nice tall tree on a little island all by itself. Look at that. And then because you can select the card you want to remove the cube from, and then the hex. Yeah, did I not do that? Select the card, then the hex. There we go. You can do any rotation or mirror of the indicated situations. So I can, in fact, also put a cube here. And I have completed now the crow card, freeing that slot back up for me. And what am I going to grab in the interim? I don't know that I feel like any of these are super realistic for me. But I hate to have multiple card slots open, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you want to be doing something with it. You know what? Birds.
Okay. Am I doing that, or am I doing... You know what? I will go for this, because that lets me finish that other one. I will... Get that here. I'll have you note that I took the koalas.
I do see that.
Which just shows you what a hero I am. That I took disgusting koalas.
Disgusting.
The worst animal. The koala.
That's harsh. That's pretty harsh, sweetie.
But accurate.
Well, I didn't
harsh but fair.
I didn't say it wasn't accurate. Just said it was harsh.
Okay, well that's not gonna work out. Okay, do I wanna...
So in addition to the, you can see each animal, like placing each cube off of an animal card is worth successively more points. In addition to that, there's some point scoring for just the geographical features as we place them.
Mm-hmm.
The BGA card, the BGA page keeps adjusting the size of all of the elements And so the scroll bar is creeping upward constantly, and it's very annoying for my arrangement here.
Stephanie, that's fair. Humans are worse than koalas.
Alright, so we're gonna make ourselves another building. We're gonna start ourselves another field group. And then I need something that isn't field or water to make this building live. And I guess it's gonna be a big tree. Or is it? Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, am I just gonna grab... Yeah, I think I'm just going brown. Setting up, hopefully, a pretty big move later.
So trees.
If I have time.
Oh, thank you.
There's
So trees score based on the.
Sorry.
Do you mind? So trees score based on the height of the tree. Field tiles score for groups of fields that contain at least 2 field tokens. Buildings score by having lots of different colored tokens around them. Mountains, these gray ones, score for based on their height, but only if they're in a group of mountains. You have to have a range. And then the way the water is scored is you score points for each little landmass that you carve your board up into.
Yep.
So I think I'm going to take this. We're going to go another field token here. Add some height to this tree. And then I'll make this a water token. And that allows me to place a couple of geckos. I literally did the thing. Game's yelling at me about how to place animal cubes. There we go. We got a couple of gecko cubes. I'm catching up slowly. She's placed a lot more critter cubes than I have.
Yeah.
The game is not all about critter cubes, but it is significantly about critter cubes.
Yeah, so what I was saying at the end of my turn is that committing to the 3 brown ones to try to get critter cubes, like, it's dependent on those green discs coming out, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off before the game runs out, because once one of us has 2... Is it just 2 hexes left?
Yeah, 2 or fewer.
The game's going to end, and that might not be ideal for me. Am I grabbing anything else here? I mean, that's... Yeah, okay.
Also, the art on a lot of these animal cards is really lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Look at these vultures. Look at these kingfishers.
Those are real good. Yeah. No, the art's real. The whole... Could we have a physical copy of this? And the whole production is really gorgeous.
I do think the kingfishers are a little... They're not drawn correctly, because to draw a kingfisher correctly makes it look like you drew it wrong. Anybody who's not familiar with the vibe of a kingfisher is going to be like, "What the fuck? That's not how heads work." But it is in this one case. It is. They're just really awkward looking critters.
Can you do me and our audience a favor after we're done with the pre-stream, but before we start the stream proper? Can you show us a picture of a kingfisher?
Yes, I will. Remind me. I will.
Okay, I will remind you.
Do that. So I'd like to place this last lizard at some point. And I'm just trying to think ahead to where that's going to be. We're starting to get a little thin on real estate here. What do I want to build there is also a question. So I just didn't really leave myself. I'm not good at games, is the thing that I think we all need to learn. Critical stuff. So if I go like field thing, and then I could do mountains. How is that going to leave me room for... Because a water tile here means I need to put like a water tile there. Or brains.
Brains.
There would work. And then there, and that leaves... Yeah, okay. Let's... Alright, I'm playing like there's a very speculative action going on here. And there are rules about like any token can be placed on an open space, but only certain tokens can be built on top of each other. And it just so happens, because we played the physical game, we know a lot of the rules already.
Yeah, these are not the tokens that I would want to have.
Well, then stop taking them, because some of us would like those tokens. It's almost like you don't even want me to get the things that I want, which is bizarre.
I want to get the things that I want, but they are slightly out of my reach.
Alright, I am realizing that I am perhaps being a fool. There is maybe not enough time left for me to be playing as speculatively as I am playing. Speculatively. Okay. That's at least scoring. That creates another field group. That's points. And you know what we always say, our motto around here. That's points.
Yep, that famous motto that you have.
But see, Stephanie, Amabel can't just get up and walk over. She hurt her back. We're both old and infirm with back injuries.
Okay.
This is miserable. You're gonna beat me by so many points.
I'm not, because my actual scoring is bad. My cube scoring's all right.
I don't know.
Oh, I did that very wrong. I misunderstood that completely. I did not pay attention to where that cube was going. That is ruinous. Okay. Well, am I taking anything else? Because that red building's not going to score. I just...
You could.
No.
All right, well, you're allowed to choose for it not to. I'm not going to tell you you have to do something with it, but...
Well, for the red building to score, I need to have 3 different...
Oh, right, yeah, 3 different
tiles
colors
adjacent.
Yeah,
and I just have the one. And I only have 1 hex free, so...
Alright, let's take this group. We're going to keep working on this tree for the moment. We're going to place a water tile here. And this at least makes this a scoring mountain range. It's a very low scoring mountain range. And then, because I've completed a big tree with some... I selected the card and then I clicked on the thing. It always yells at me, even though I'm doing the thing right. We get to place some kingfishers. 5 points worth of delightful kingfishers.
Right. So, what do I do here?
The trees themselves are good, too. Tall trees are a good investment, tile-wise. Or, little wooden disc-wise.
That's 4 points. That's also 4 points.
You started, right?
I did.
All right. Once somebody hits the game end condition of having 2 or fewer hexes left, we finish the round. So I will get a turn after Amabel's turn in which she finishes the game. But it looks like she's not in a big hurry. She's got things going on. Stuff she wants to build.
are there any of these I'd be able to score even a little bit? I don't think so. Alright. No, I'm not ending the game just yet. I could have ended the game there, but I feel like because my my feature scoring is so bad, I need to maximize the cube scoring.
Okay.
I'm explaining my moves like a Let's Player.
Like a Let's Player, yeah. This is tricky because I need a third color adjacent to this building. Let me take these, I guess. We will cap off this tree, allowing us to place another Kingfisher. That's another 6 points there. And that last Kingfisher would be 7 points, but I just don't believe that is going to occur. It seems very unlikely. I guess there's not really much point in placing this to not try it. But, I mean, like, I need to put something... I'm going to put the water here just to make sure that building scores. Maybe that's less than ideal. And then, like, there's no version of the universe where I make any of this shit happen, right? Like, yeah, I'm not taking any of these animals.
I was hoping a red disc would show up.
Yeah, me too. You and
could have
me
been
both.
okay for me. Alright, so this is me ending the game then. And I feel like the best move for me is to take both a green and a gray so I can increase this mountain scoring. I can score the cube for that card. And this just goes anywhere. It doesn't really matter where it goes. And then I'm gonna place that cube. And I can't take any of these to just get a thing. I'm just double checking. No. So I end my turn, and that's...
Damn, okay. Game, calm down.
Very enthusiastic.
That was a very dramatic effect. Okay, so that's interesting. Because a red disc did finally come up. So...
Gosh damn it.
I can place that here, make the building. The building itself is worth 5 points. And then on top of that, I would be able to place the last lizard cube and get 6 points. So that's an 11-point play. But I actually think this is better. Because if I take blue, brown, green, I actually can build the last tree, put down a water disc here, and get my last Kingfisher, and that's 14 points. So we're gonna go that way. It took too long for the geckos to show up to work here. I'll tell you what, my water scoring is all completely whack. But this does let me build the last Kingfisher. Build the last Kingfisher habitat. And then you know what? I'm taking the manta rays because they're extremely adorable. They do not provide any kind of benefit to my scoring.
Oh shoot! That was close.
That is. It just pops. It doesn't like draw that in slowly over time at all. Yeah. Okay. So you had 10 more points of animal scoring than I did, and that's basically the entire differential.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, you can see points for the trees. Each one of these really tall trees is worth 7 points, and that's pretty good. Each group of field tiles is worth 5 points as long as there's at least 2 fields in it. Each building that is adjacent to at least 3 colors is 3 colors at the top of the stacks around it is worth 5 points. Like my terrain scoring overall is pretty good, but so is yours. And then on top of that, you did animal better than I did. So congratulations.
Yeah, I actually did. Thank you very much. I did a lot better than I thought I was going to there with the. I thought my terrain scoring just was gonna suck, but those mountains at the end certainly helped. You know.
Well, I mean, like there's this thing where you carved off these little tiny islands. My
Mm-hmm.
my water tiles are entirely for animal stuff. I did a very
Okay.
bad job of like breaking up my land mass.
Now, something we should mention is that there are two ways to play the water in this game. There are two sides to the board.
Should we mention that? Is that relevant?
I mean, I don't know. I think for people who are watching this, it might be interesting to know that there are two different ways to score the water. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. This is the more interesting way to score the water.
Yeah.
I feel like this is more compelling than the. Is it for the length of the river?
Yeah, the length of a contiguous.
Okay. Two things I want to remind you about, sweetheart.
I'm already working on one of them.
Okay, is that the Kingfisher? Cool. But also, there's probably music playing. Can you tell us who's playing this music?
There's music playing. It's true. All right, so two critical things. Let me get a good vision. Okay, here we go. First of all, check it out, kingfishers. They're beautiful birds. They're beautiful birds. There's no two ways about that. They have such exaggerated heads relative to the size of their body. Look at all of that.
That's pretty good.
They're also like they'll just like sit on a branch near some water and just stare down into the water with that unblinking nightmare stare that birds have. And when they see a fish, they will just hit the water at 100 miles an hour, completely submerge, and then come back up with a delicious fish. Incredible little creatures. Nature's insane. That's not the topic of the stream, though. The topic of the stream is this monstrosity. So this right here is a ColecoVision. Y'all, this is what we're doing today. So I told a story during the last stream. Look at that, thinking ahead. They got an interface for expansion modules. I told a story last stream about how a lot of my introduction to video games was via an old ColecoVision that my grandma managed to get a hold of, that she took in trade for teaching someone's kids dance lessons. So I thought it would be a good idea to actually go back and recreate those times a little bit. I got myself a totally legal video game hardware on which we're going to play some video games today. But like Amabel noted, we are listening to some music. Before we get into the other stuff, let me just go ahead and pull that over here. It's this piece from the Relaxed Movement. You know, I love their stuff for backing. It's good. It's good stuff. This is the autumnal mix. Yeah, it's good for chill stuff. We're gonna be turning it off though in a second here so that we can listen to the horrible sound of the ColecoVision. So let me fade us back to Gast's lair here for a second so that I can.
Now, I won't be able to hear this sound.
Running. Oh, you'll be able to hear this sound.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. One second.
How?
Would you?
Okay.
Because I'm going to use a computer. Stop me if you've heard this one before. I'm going to use a computer to project images and audio across the tubes of the internet.
Oh, you're gonna share it on Discord from? Okay, thank you.
Of course I was gonna. How else was the stream gonna work? How are you gonna see it?
I figured I'd just watch it on the YouTube. Where I'm monitoring the chat. Everyone's excited about the very round birds.
Everyone's not the ColecoVision shit so much. The birds, though. The birds were all excited about.
Well, Lazuli says, let's hear it for the power of barter.
It was certainly a critical aspect of my childhood. Okay, so we are going to start with. bam. Here we go. This is what's going out to the stream now. You got that over there? Are we coming through on? Yeah, okay.
I see.
There is no audio yet.
Okay.
So this is extremely common. Almost all ColecoVision games start with this screen where you select the difficulty and number of players using that big honkin' phone keypad.
Okay.
We're just going to put this on skill 1 player. And I apologize in advance if the beeps and boops are a tiny bit shrill and horrible. I think I got this volume set ahead of time so that they shouldn't be too bad, but
I'm sure it'll be fine. I listen to a lot of trance music.
oh, this one's actually really quiet. So this is Donkey Kong Jr. Of a sort. He's not exactly like the canonical graphics of Donkey Kong Jr.
No, but the graphics aren't bad. This is what, 82?
Are you
Something
sure
like
the
that?
graphics aren't bad? Maybe it's not coming across the street.
No, hang on, because like, if this was on the Atari, the graphics could be much worse than this.
Well, I mean, this is a post 2600 machine for sure. So you can see the premise of this game, Donkey Kong Jr., is that Mario is a cruel man with a hockey stick, I think? Or maybe it's supposed to be a whip. It's very difficult to make out.
I mean, look, I've played this on the NES via a totally legal format as well, but like, this does not feel that bad to me. It's not as good as the NES one or as the arcade would be, but you know, I'm actually right now very charmed by it. Like the animation of the little Kong critter, the way his
The thing just climbed down through a lock. That's unfair.
With this, very limited number of frames, the way there's kind of an expressiveness to the character. I mean, I don't know. How are you enjoying it? You're the one playing it.
You know what I would enjoy?
What?
Getting to finish a sentence. So the premise of this game is that Mario is a cruel man with a hockey stick, and he has imprisoned my dad and yours, everybody's daddy, Donkey Kong. Canonically, everybody's daddy. I'm over here trying to deliver critical premise information.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
You're okay, sweetie. You're okay. Look at how happy he is.
Yeah.
You remember how Donkey Kong is just like a morally neutral prisoner of war, and that's what's happening in Donkey Kong.
So we have a question from the chat.
Yeah.
Is DK Jr. canonically Diddy?
No, critically, no. They are different characters. In fact, DK Jr. is sometimes variously held to be the character who we now call Donkey Kong, because canonically, the Donkey Kong of the Donkey Kong game is Cranky Kong. In the newer games.
Okay.
This level sucks shit.
That's kind of that's a weird thing that they do with arcade games, because like Dig Dug has a son and Dig Dug's kind of cranky about it.
Yeah.
So it's a weird.
That whole Dig Dug thing is much more charming, I think. So one thing that I have not shown off about this game, because I'm too good at video games, is that this game does have fall damage. If I were to fall off of this chain from this height, it would kill me. So I have to be very, very careful with how I do this dismount here. Nope. Okay, also, sometimes your butt just goes through a platform. Because another thing that's canonically the case is that Donkey Kong's butt is a ghost.
So Lazuli, Dig Dug does have a son. Mr. Driller is Dig Dug's son.
Yeah. There's a Mr. Driller game for. Gee, I want to say the. Fuck you. I want to say for the Game Boy Advance that really gets into this. It might be Japan only. Do you remember what game that was? We saw a thing about that like recently.
No, I don't remember which I think it might have been Japan only.
Yeah, it was whose video was that we were watching?
You know, I had never seen one of their videos before. I saw 2 videos that were like deep dives into Dig Dug, and one I turned off pretty quickly because it was extremely sexist and cringe. And then the other one was pretty charming. I don't remember what it was. Let me see if I can look that up while you're dealing with these. Are they dragons? Like what is Mario?
I read these as sort of Pteranodon. These are like Rodan style creatures, I think. Mario has an army of off-brand Rodans. No, fuck you! Save my dad. Okay.
Okay, so
I think it was the Gender in Japan guy, right? The guy who did the videos about like trans representation in Japanese media.
Let me find out.
Let's see, we drop fruit onto the crocodiles. I don't know what these things are supposed to be. Horrifying crocodile skulls. My man's got an army of animatronics. This Mario is just Scott Cawthon. He's capturing DK due to his fundamentalist religious beliefs. He can't stand hard evidence of evolution just running free in the wild. That's right, I'm here to fire shots at the fucking Five Nights at Freddy's guy. That dude can eat an entire butt. That's what I think.
Okay, so the video that I don't know, there's something called the Golden Bolt. I don't know if that's the same Gender in Japan guy, but it's a video called From MMO to Divorced Dad, The Wild World of Dig Dug Games, because there was a Dig Dug MMO for a while.
It's absolutely not the video. For sure not the video.
Okay, well then I don't know.
But it is a video, it sounds like. So this game, much like Donkey Kong before it, this game has like only a couple of stages, and they just sort of like cycle back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm great at it. I played so many hours of this game when I was a kid. You know what's really fucking me up about this experience though?
What's that?
And I didn't really think about it until just now, until I'm like in here playing it. Fuck Donkey Kong Jr., by the way. What a terrible game. I'm not used to seeing it in color.
Oh.
The TV that my grandma had the ColecoVision hooked up to was a black and white television. So I've literally never seen some of these games in color. If that helps place the time period for y'all.
Oh, that's wild. You know, I got to have a little TV set when I was like 10, and it was a black and white TV set, and a lot of movies I saw for the first time I saw in black and white, even though they were color films. Yeah, that's a whole thing that, you know, statistically your audience is unfamiliar with.
So there are a couple of I do have quite a collection here of completely legitimately acquired ColecoVision cartridges for our extremely real normal hardware.
Yeah.
And we'll maybe take a look at some of these that aren't games that I personally played after we get through the couple that I remember playing. We're gonna move over to Zaxxon right now. Zaxxon, which is a game that I mostly remember thinking was pretty boring, but we'll see. Maybe I will like it better in this day and age. There is a Burger Time, Lazuli. There is a Burger Time. I did not have Burger Time. I did not play Burger Time until I was like 35, and then I was like, oh yeah, okay, I get it. I'm gonna put this. That Donkey Kong was too easy. I'm gonna put this all the way up to skill 2.
Okay. I love Burger Time, by the way.
Amabel, are you ready for a journey into the third dimension?
This is amazing. Okay. Fun
Fuck,
fact.
it's extremely difficult to tell where the plane is relative to objects.
This is the problem I had playing 3D games today.
Okay, here we go. I can use the lasers to kind of sight it.
That's a way to do it. There was a period of time.
This is not a particularly good-looking version of Zaxxon, in my opinion. If you're familiar with what this looks like in the arcades.
So yeah, I've never seen this in the arcade, but I'm vaguely familiar with it being an isometric. Is this isometric? Sure. Is that what they call this view?
Yeah, I think that's.
Okay.
So you will notice I have a. God damn it. We're gonna try that again.
Are you sure you don't want to switch it to difficulty 1?
I haven't made that decision yet. We're leaving it on 2. I just need a warm up. Listen, it's a lot harder to fly a space fighter than it is to be a monkey.
That's just science.
Yeah, all right. Here's a thing. Here's a critical test for you so that you can verify the thing I just said is true.
Yeah.
Very few monkeys can fly space fighters, but they all can just be a monkey. Every one of them is successful at that.
That's true.
Your actual left or right movement area is extremely constrained, so I'm trying to just like steer around these missiles, but it's a narrow fucking hallway.
You should try shooting them with your sighting lasers. The lasers that give you the sight, you should try shooting the thing with them too. Might be a hidden mechanic.
Amabel?
Yes, my love.
Are you watching the stream? Because I am doing that. It's not. They're not die. They are not die. Nor are they a void. It would seem they are just end my game immediately. These are the missiles of game ending. Now I want to be clear here. I knew we were not going to spend very much time with Zaxxon because I find Zaxxon boring.
Yeah.
And look at the fuel gauge down there.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I wasn't getting totally wrecked by every missile, and I don't know if you can shoot them down or not. I'm trying. Okay, you certainly can't evade them. I'm trying to evade them in all 6 axes, all three axes.
Oh, you can move up and down too. Okay, I see.
The third dimension, Amabel. Okay, you can destroy them. You just have to. I get shot in the belly. You can destroy them. You just have to hit them enough times, but they start off axis from you and they change axis very late. So you have to line it up with them instead of the other way around, and that's hard to do because the perspective is actually extremely bad for that. They thought they really had something with this like 3/4 overhead, which does technically let you move in 3 dimensions, but it also makes it impossible to tell where you are in those 3 dimensions. Anyway, that's Zaxxon.
All right.
I knew we weren't going to spend very much time with Zaxxon because I hate Zaxxon, but it is one of the cartridges we had. Speaking of games that I don't like, you ready for this shit?
I don't know what.
On the cartridge, I believe this says Smurf Rescue in Gargamel's Castle. That is the title of this video game. I'm going to put it on skill 2. We've discovered this is my challenge level. Y'all.
See how skilled you are.
Y'all.
Are you a big fan of the Smurfs?
Jump. My dude. You gotta jump over that fence though. There we go. Okay. There's a quirk to the controls of this one.
Yeah. Can you describe it?
Oh, what the fuck is this shit? It's fine. This is how smurfing goes. Yeah. So that's my bad. I didn't think I had to jump over that. Now this clump of grass here, I can tell you for sure, if I walk into this clump of grass, we will drop dead instantly.
Oh no! Oh no!
Bird. Cool, great. So the quirk with playing this on the keyboard is that it won't jump as long as it is still registering a right input. So
Okay.
what I have to do to make it jump on the keyboard is I have to stop pressing right for a frame and then press up, and it knows to jump you forward instead of just straight up if on the last frame you were pressing right.
Okay.
So this is it's a little weird on the keyboard because I have to toggle my fingers rather than just pressing up when it's time to jump a thing. You fucking...
Here's the problem:
Yeah.
is that every time I laugh, my back is spasming. Oh, this is so.
Well, the
good.
lesson here is don't laugh at your loved ones, but instead be supportive.
I support you so much, sweetheart.
Okay. Oh no,
You're in a new level.
I am ducking.
That's a way to duck.
That's the way to duck. You will notice I have an energy bar at the top of the screen for no reason. God damn it. I hate this Smurf. I'm going to take it down to 1.
Okay. How do you think about the Smurfs in general? Are you a Smurfs
I never
aficionado?
liked the Smurfs.
Yeah. I mean, they're better than the Snorks.
See, I don't know that I could get behind that. I did watch quite a bit of Snorks as a kid. I couldn't stand the Smurfs, and I don't know why. It's just one of those things. I was a very weird, like, persnickety child. I just had a lot of opinions. A trait that I have not continued to this day.
Yep.
I think it was very surprising to everybody.
You know, I will say, like, as far as, like, Belgian comics go, the Smurfs are, like, some of my least favorite.
How's this music? Is this killing people? Sort of the shrillness of it. Because I could turn this down if it needs to be turned down.
Okay, no, seems fine to me. I'll see. Look at these environments. This is...
I'm just holding right.
That's a cool skull.
Oh, sorry.
What's going on?
Sorry, everybody. It's very funny to me to watch him just walk into the skull with his big smile on his face. Just walk into the skull and instantly drop dead. How do you actually, literally, how do you do this?
It's too bad we're not playing this illegally where you'd have save states. Because
the buttons, to be clear, the 2 buttons that the games have, they don't do anything. You can't, like, shoot. This isn't like Gun Smurf.
Yeah.
I literally don't know. Yeah, it is a real shame that we can't do. Okay, it's a real shame that we can't do any kind of thing where we would just go, like, back in time. I was trying. The rewind was not functioning.
Okay. Yeah, Stephanie, I also prefer, like, Asterisk is, like, my jam. I fucking love Asterisk. Tintin's alright. Tintin's weird.
I put it on 4. Are you ready for this shit?
Oh, no. And Mordred says, the music is perfect. It's at least 50% of the comedy when it just dead stops.
Now it's like Ninja Gaiden. Was there ever like a culturally insensitive Ninja Smurf? I was ducking.
I can't imagine there was a
that
Ninja
part of the
Smurf.
road is too tall. You can't crouch under the thing if you're on the tall part of the road.
I mean, I know, like, a lot of Belgian comics, there's probably some colonialism and racism embedded into it, but probably not a Ninja Smurf, no.
Well, it's no Cyber 6. Okay, so that's Smurf. Rescue in Gargamel's castle. Hold on. I'm going to take it down to one more time. I do want to see if I
Okay.
can get on top of that skull.
All
I
right.
think that's what you're supposed to do. I think you're supposed to get on top of the skull. You have so few verbs in this game. I don't know what
Yeah.
else they could possibly want from you. What do you think? What do you think about the video games of my childhood here so far? God damn it.
I mean, okay.
Can you see?
I
Can you
mean-
see why
I mean,
this became my life?
Yeah. I mean, again, I grew up playing like Pitfall and E.T. I thought E.T. was rad. Is where I was with video games. So this, for a pre-NES thing, this feels. It's bad, but it feels advanced. Does that make sense?
Sorry, I can't. I'm seething. I can't talk.
Okay.
Why is the third environment just the first environment again? I took a shortcut across a field to get back to the country roads that will take us back to Gargamel's castle.
Okay.
Alright, I'm pressing all the buttons. Both of the buttons have been pressed. In addition, I have pressed all of the number keys. These are my verbs. Jump and Smurf.
Do you want me to look up how to get past the skull?
That time, at least, I died on top of the skull. Would you? Yeah, would you?
Okay. Smurfs rescue
My whole face disappears when I
Gargamel.
crouch.
Get past skull walk through.
Okay, do it quickly. My energy.
Can you pause it? Is there a
Nope.
pause button?
Why would I pause it? You're just going to deliver the answer so quickly.
Press up twice to double jump.
Okay, so to be clear, it's not it's not exactly a double jump. I want to make that real clear.
Got one
It's-
life left.
I don't know. The number next to that Smurf
Oh.
is a 0.
Okay.
I can see how you might get confused. It's a Dutch 0. To be clear, it's not a double jump. You can't jump again in the air. What you can do is jump, hit the ground, and then jump again right afterward. And the second jump has like 12% more height.
So this is like a Mario 64 kind of thing.
Yes, Mario 64 is an obvious ripoff of this game. Okay, so that's 3 video games real quick. You might be thinking, hey, Amabel and Samhain, this
Yeah.
shit sucks and I hate it. And I'm with you. I'd be with you all the way. If it weren't for Exidy's Venture. This is the thing that I definitely remember spending the most time with. Again,
Okay.
It's fucking weird to see this ColecoVision screen with colors on it. We're going to put it on skill 2. Oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate the way it sounds. So that's our character down there. This is the idea.
Okay.
You run around on this map, you get into a room, and then you have to get the treasure that's in the room. Oh, God. There are no words for how sluggish your control over the little arrow man is. It's okay when he's a dot. Dot man controls. No, God. But when you are full size inside the rooms, it is so. Anytime you want to go a direction, there is like a half second of startup time before you can move. All right, we got a treasure. These little dudes are gonna try to eat. They try to eat you when you are a dot form. Okay, I can get to this room. Eat shit, snakes. Damn it. I thought I would be able to get around the guy snuck up and bit the corner of my circle, which is incredible when you think about it. So you can see the completed rooms stay completed.
Okay. Oh.
I have a question.
You have a question?
Stop the video game. I have a question about the thing that just happened.
Yeah. No, that's...
Maybe he was
I
just
think-
stunned? Nope, he's dead. The corpses have collision and will kill you. Cool. Good and fun and cool. Look how happy he is.
Yeah.
He just loves venturing. That's his favorite thing in the universe. Oh god, this is a horrible direction to enter Snake Room from. Let's do it from over here. Okay, so I'm forced to assume that the snakes will kill us if I touch their horrible arrow shot corpses here. Oh no! No. Okay, so if you spend too long in a room, that guy happens. And you didn't get to hear all of the thing because I overwrote some of his arrival sound with the Getting Things music.
Yeah.
But he shows up and he's an actual human nightmare, and he has the scariest music, and he chases you invincibly through walls, and he would give me such a fright as a child. Like he's as scary as a hammer haunt, easily. Despawn! Gotta get out of here before the green man shows up. Okay, this is something.
The Green Man is a terrifying name for an adversary, by the way.
Please get out. Please get your corpse out of it. Oh no. That's called two headroom. Bonus 7. See, Stephanie knows what's up. He's the hammer haunt of the game. He's too fast to deal with, and he never says anything spooky, but he makes spooky noise.
I want to hear the spooky noise. I think we should.
Okay, I will intentionally.
Do another run.
I will intentionally provoke the Green Man, but you're going to be responsible for comforting me when I wake up in the night crying.
I do that already.
I know. I appreciate it.
I love you.
For real, this is a fucked up thing to do to a child. It takes him a minute. Those were goblins, by the way. This is the goblin room. Maybe he doesn't always appear, or maybe there's some kind of condition. No, there is. Look at that shit. I was like 6, okay?
Yeah.
That's scary. You're not going to tell me that's not scary.
No, I agree. It's scary.
I hate the music in this game. So these blue things kill you instantly, in case that wasn't clear.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Halloween's coming up in a couple months. So if I dressed as a gender swapped, would you rather I dress as a gender swapped hammer haunt, or
Amabel, I will break up with you.
Oh no!
Do not. This is not funny. These are traumas.
I'm so sorry, sweetheart.
Alright, I got a treasure. So you saw the grid, right? That's how many treasure we are to acquire in order to win the game of venture. Oh my god, you're so bad at everything in this game. The worst thing is if you start moving in a direction and then you want to move in a different direction, you get the startup delay all over again. There's no like preservation of momentum between the directions. I just have to enter the snake room from the left. It's too hard to come in from the right.
Yeah. Lazuli says that for me
God
it was the spooky piano in Super Mario 64, and my grandma thought it was the funniest thing in the world that it scared me.
No, that's fucked. Your grandmother's wrong. That is legitimately jump scare out of nowhere type. Yeah, no, that's fucked. That was a great cruelty on Nintendo's part, and it's it's funny now. It's funny later we can laugh at it, but in the moment it is legitimately startling.
So I've never played Mario 64, so I don't think I'm familiar with the spooky piano music.
It's not spooky piano music. There's a piano in the ghost
Okay.
house, and it waits for you to get close to it, and then it like leaps at you, and it makes like
Okay.
discordant piano hammering sounds when it does so. So it's just like sudden movement and sharp teeth and loud noise coming at you. It's not like a scare. It is absolutely like a jump scare.
Okay.
Like some Lee Winnell shit, but it is
Somewhat.
legitimately upsetting.
Yeah.
Now I'm taking shots at directors of horror movies I don't like.
Okay.
I did it. I completed level 1 and I didn't die 100 times.
Good job, sweetheart.
All right, we just gotta do that fucking 100 more times. Welcome to level 2, where the rooms are even less fair.
So
they're smart, and I don't like it. I don't like it when they're smart.
So is this the killer app of the ColecoVision?
I mean, look at it. I don't feel like that's a real question. Come on. I guess it adds some strategy, right? Where you have to be like careful where you kill somebody because their corpse will be an infinite problem for you. What is? Okay, it's a time. These are trolls. There's a trolliness to them. I get this. Come on, despawn, asshole. Oh my god.
Is that there were X's on that jug? Is that just a jug of moonshine?
That is a jug of moonshine. Oh god, dragons! Amabel, look at these terrifying dragons. Can you see the little delay every time I change direction? The character stops moving for a second. We're doing it. We're acquiring goods. One of those was just like a human woman. These are genies. Now you may notice that there's theoretically a bunch of different monsters, but they're all completely functionally identical.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's welcome to this era of video games.
So Exidy's Venture was published by Exidy. The little guy is named Winky.
Sure, makes sense. He looks like a Winky.
Yeah.
The sickest burn I've ever given. The Cyclops room. That's how you do it. You shoot them right in their eye. Oh god, they teleport around the room. Okay, these ones have some logic.
Yeah, like Cyclopses do.
You know what's gonna happen here.
Demon room. I bet this got a lot of parents nervous.
The green men who live on the map are the cruelest green men of all.
I like that you get a head start.
Yeah, they're not allowed to move at first. Well, you show up to the dungeon nice and early, and the green men are still sleepy. That's a critical part of adventuring. Is you do.
Hey, you're. Go ahead.
No, please. I was talking, and you thought it was more important to say some things. So go ahead.
You earned a 1-up. Congratulations.
Now you might be noticing something about this floor and the monsters within it.
It does look a little familiar.
It does look a little familiar. Here's the thing about
It's weird. I never played this one.
video games in this era. Bill Gates famously said, 3 levels ought to be enough for anybody.
Wait, did he say what?
No, he didn't say that. I'm making a joke about his famously he did say, you know, the fuck? I literally have no idea what happened there.
What did he say?
There's a famous quote that gets bandied about from him where he's like, 512k of RAM should be enough for anybody. Which is funny because, you know, in the future, it was different than that. It was a perfectly reasonable thing when he said it, but, you know. But it turned out to be a statement that was not future-proofed, and so people like to use it as a way of pointing out that our expectations of what the future will be and the actual future, they're probably different from one another.
Let's say you got the route down pat on this thing. You should,
get away from me, mommy.
I think you should speed run this. I think we should see you at GDQ.
We're gonna get Green Man. Oh God, run! Okay. Ooh. Again, we are playing this on difficulty 2. They couldn't even give us different JPEGs to pick up. And hey, look at that. It's the same fucking shit.
This isn't even more enemies. Right? Same number of enemies as before.
Yep.
In the room.
I do believe the logic is changing. I think they're getting more aggressive, like they're coming at me more. Okay, that's when you cross a free life score threshold, I guess. I've stolen the troll's illegal liquor. Now how's he gonna pay off Al Capone? I don't think this is the piece of music they chose.
You know,
why does that music represent I Got a Treasure?
The William Tell Overture actually gets used quite a bit in a lot of early video games. It's a weird thing. I'm not sure why it is.
Go little dot go.
I know why it appears in a lot of classic cartoons, because they had recordings that they could just use. They're public domain, you know, but I don't know.
That too had really had my number.
It could be someone just had like is it MIDI music? How does the music work for the ColecoVision? Right? It's just like program. Like, you probably just they pop in the program for the music over and over again.
What? You are kidding me. I couldn't slip past that? My impatience is getting the better of me. But I'm so worried that I'm going to get Green Man. Alright, here we go. I shouldn't have tried that.
No, that was not safe.
I'm certainly not dying on purpose to get the game over with.
So you played a lot of this as a kid?
I did. I found it very difficult as a child. Another thing that I should emphasize probably is that it does feel a little bit like cheating. I'm talking about like the way the controls suck, and okay. The way the controls suck and it feels bad to move and there's all this delay and whatnot. But playing it on a modern keyboard still does feel like cheating. It is so hard to control that ColecoVision control stick. And this might be like I got a secondhand copy and maybe they, you know, spilled juice in it or something. Who knows? But like it was not so easy to just indicate direction and go. And critically, the ColecoVision control stick had that problem that I was talking about last time, where it was very easy for your child fingers to slide underneath it and get stuck, and then get all chopped up by the cap of the thing. So I'm not having to deal with that. I haven't bled at all during this session.
So would you say that this is maybe the best ColecoVision game you have played?
Ooh, yeah, I might have to.
Faint praise, but you know.
Look out for the demons. They have pitchforks, you know, like demons do. I gotta stop trying to move past a corpse. I guess what's happening is the monsters are dying but not dead, right? And in their last desperate gasps, they are reaching out and grabbing you as you walk by. I don't know what the intent is.
I will say the corpse sprites are pretty cute.
Damn it. Despawn.
I wonder why the one bat is a different color than the other.
That is actually a really good question. I have no idea. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Well, Amabel, I gotta tell you.
Yeah?
I didn't feel like that was super fair to me, necessarily.
I don't think that was fair.
Speaking of not super fair to me, that's Exidy's Venture. Okay, those are all the games that I remember. It is critically important to remember that I played them all in black and white on the worst controller, and my hands bled. My small child hands bled for you, the viewers, that I could learn to love video games enough to be here. Can I tell you what it actually was? What it was that did it, what it was that made me think, yeah, okay, video games, that's my thing. It was absolutely Super Mario World. It was not any of this.
Okay.
All right. I do have a wide variety of definitely real video game cartridges in front of me. Let's see here. Let's just take a little bit of a spin here around what else is going on here. The Dam Busters. I'm just picking games based on if I think their name sounds weird or not. There are definitely some well-known things in here. There's Burger Time. There's I'm a flight lieutenant. People have always said that about me. Oh no.
I mean, some of this is about like the Dam Busters raid.
That's the thing. I know what it is. Who says I don't? Nope. Don't tip down. This is the horizon I'm looking at, I assume. Yeah, Bill, you want to fill us in a little bit?
Yeah, Dam Busters raid was an attack in, I want to say like 43, probably. British air squadrons bombed German dams, causing flooding and, damaging infrastructure and, killing, I don't know the exact number, but probably 1,000, 2,000 civilians. That part's not great, but people tend not to think about that part. They're like, oh, cool, we blew up Nazi dams.
Okay, so this game uses the number pad to create... Okay. So I'm pointed west. I definitely need to be pointed not west. It keeps saying 2. I'm assuming this is like my mission objective heading here. This like little mark above the E.
So Lazuli says that I'm right, which thank you. And then the raid has the weirdest code name too, Operation Chastise. Yeah, that is a weird name for that. I'm glad I could remember a thing because my knowledge of World War II stuff is actually quite.
Look at how far away from the coast we started. I'm flying as fast as I can.
That's the English Channel you're flying across. I know that.
Okay, thank you for that, sweetie. All right, so maybe the graphics will get a little bit more like visually interesting once we're above land.
I can't imagine that.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh no, searchlights. Oh god. I think that's what we're seeing is that they're spotting me with searchlights, and now we're taking damage. Presumably, is the flashing. So if I go back to that, okay. Oh shit. Oh. So this is, I don't know what view this is. This is still forward. So this is a gutter's view. Is this the bomber view, maybe?
Maybe.
And then there's this. I don't know what to make of this at all. Oh, I have been deplaned. You hit the ground and created a crater 400 yards long. You will not be promoted.
Okay, the you will not be promoted is pretty good.
Print screen. Okay, we're just gonna save that one for later.
Okay.
So that's the dam breakers, the dam busters. That's the dam busters. Obviously, that fancy that arcade restaurant chain ripped this off.
Dam busters, yeah.
Dam busters.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. Centipede. We all know what Centipede looks like. So no sense in playing Centipede. What about Chuck Norris Superkicks?
Okay, yes. Let's do Chuck Norris Superkicks.
So this is the inside of Chuck Norris that you're seeing on your screen here. These are his fallopian tubes. It's me. I'm Chuck Norris.
Famous asshole. Chuck Norris.
How do I? Okay. So I have a prepare to do a pose button. No shit.
Did he shoot you?
Yeah, that guy just fucking shot me with a gun.
All right.
So if I press the 1 button, then the next time I press a direction, it does an attack of some kind. Prepare to get super kicked. Oh, no, okay. If I get anywhere near this guy's fucking gravity powers, really let me have it. It's like I can throw a punch. I can throw this little like baby punch. The other button seems not to do anything. But I can't deliver an attack while moving or anything. I have to press this button and it locks me in place, and then I press a direction, and that is what selects the attack.
Okay.
So, if I press it and down, I get that weird kick to the side. Also, if we step off of the beaten path, our time decreases so quickly. I don't want to engage. I don't want to fight this guy. I'm not allowed to just leave. Chuck Norris doesn't know how to just like walk away from a man. In my youth, we were told that this man was very impressive. We were led to believe so many things about him, but he doesn't seem to be able to do martial arts when a person is within arm's reach. This game is horrible. It's not great. Let's do something else.
All right, what do you got?
BC's Quest for Tires.
Like BC the comic strip?
Like BC the comic strip, BC, yes.
All right, let's...
What if... See?
I heard that music.
I did it. I tried pressing the buttons, which you might think would make you jump over an obstacle. That does not, in fact, work. Okay. So, we hadn't invented using a button to jump yet. Okay. A lot of games are using up to jump, but I have to do it. You know, he stays in the air for a certain number of frames. Oh, I have air control in this game. Never mind. This is a work of art. Imagine if we had tires. Think about what that would do for our situation. Are you thinking about it? I couldn't go any further forward than that. His nose will not allow him to advance further to the right.
So what I appreciate about this adaptation of BC is that so far there's no
no text.
There's no racism. There's no weird. Have you read BC at all?
Yes. Yeah.
Because there's weird, Christianity stuff in it, and these are cavemen. What on earth? What on earth are you doing?
Well, the real question, the question you have to be asking yourself is, what on young Earth are you doing? Because obviously these cavemen lived after the.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I don't know anything about the guy who wrote BC except for the fact that he can't write a comic strip to save his life. So, He might.
He also did Wizard of Id. Wizard of Id is fine.
He might not be. Oh, I am not surprised to find out that those are the same guy. Anyway, kids, in the audience, there used to be these things called newspapers. What the fuck just happened? I got hyper accelerated. I hit the wind tunnel. There used to be these things called newspapers, and sometimes in the newspaper, there would be comic strips, and they would be shitty. every week you get a Sunday paper with 3-4 whole pages of full color comic strips in it, and most of them would be, you know, Amabel.
Yeah.
I want you to know that I intentionally I held back. I didn't do the thing that I knew you would hate. Ooh, Dragon's Lair. You want to see the Coleco version of Dragon's Lair?
Yes.
This says proto in the so that I think this might be unreleased. Okay, well,
it does
choosing
disappear.
a skill level does bring you back to the skill level page, so I think it might be very unreleased.
All right.
I like the font they used, though.
Yeah. Well, there's BC2.
There is a second one. There is.
Grog's Revenge. I'm looking at the list of official releases. 129 games.
How about Gorf? You ready for some Gorf?
What is Gorf? Is that the one where the guy is really insensitive and like stands on his knees
and teaches you about golfing? Yeah. Who in the audience is going to be around to get that one? Oh God! It's like, oh my God! It's like invaders who are from space. Okay, this game takes a novel approach to this, so I can only have one projectile on screen at a time. But rather than that stopping me from shooting, I can just shoot at any time to delete my previous projectile and emit a new one.
Yeah, I think we call that Kara canceling.
Are you sure it's not? It feels Roman to me. So this is Greco-Roman canceling. We had this before we had the other one. Oh, I see. Sometimes it's Space Invaders, but sometimes it's Galaga. This is the thing they came up with. Was what if our game was ripping off two games?
Yeah, so let it be known that I made like a general purpose fighting games joke.
Mm-hmm.
And then you, my anime girlfriend, the girlfriend who knows the most about anime, you did a Guilty Gear joke, is what happened there.
Can I tell you how much I don't think that it's fair for you to describe me as your anime girlfriend? To be clear, she's using it to differentiate me. She's not saying I'm like anime.
No.
Because that would be problems. Just a divorce in the future if she ever does that shit. But she's using it to differentiate me from her other girlfriends who love anime less than I do, I guess. I don't...
You have shown me more anime than any other person I've dated.
Okay. I was killed by the flagship.
That's a pretty good explosion. I like that, actually, for whatever this is.
Shit.
Good job, sweetie.
That was easy. So this is a pretty classic, like we were saying, pretty classic ColecoVision shit. There are 4 screens. It's just gonna replay them all at, increasingly higher speeds.
Do you happen to have the cartridge for James Bond 007?
Listen, I have everything. Much like the Highlander. There were lots of cliffs and everybody was flying.
Documentary filmed in real time.
James Bond. Select play level with controller 1. I would love to play This is copyright Parker Brothers. I'm an
Yeah, Parker
advanced.
Brothers did do some video games.
I'm
yeah.
an advanced James Bond. I beat all of GoldenEye on 00 Agent, so I should be ready for this. Is this the attract mode? What are we doing? How do I make it video game?
It's a cutscene.
It's a cutscene. I think Amabel, I think you're a little confused because it's clearly. I mean, it's right here. They definitely left it in.
Yeah, why are they called cutscenes?
Okay, well, see, this. The answer to this comes from film, which I know you're not very familiar with. There's a thing that they'll do in film where they stop filming the scene, and then they move to like a different shot or a different camera or something. And in the business, this is technical jargon. I don't want to overwhelm you, but in the business, we call that a cut. What is happening in this fucking game? James Bond's car can ollie with the best of them. And also I have a gun that kind of shoots upward. And I'm shooting the diamonds. These are the diamonds that are forever, presumably.
I don't know what I was expecting.
And every time I shoot one of them, it makes my eyes hurt so much. And then there's a satellite that's trying to destroy Earth's reservoirs? Or maybe it loves reservoirs and is creating new ones. Goodbye, Mr. Bond. Okay. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I never had it in me to be a spy. I think we all know that.
That sucked ass.
That was something.
Terrible.
That was something. The amazing Bumpman. Oh, this has a real title screen. Hell yeah, Telegames. This is 1986. This is basically the future. Edition, I guess? You know what? Give me the medium edition. This is a math game. What do I do? What do I do? I love to eat numbers. How do I enter? I would like. I'm good. I can math 3 and 8 if I can figure out how to pick them up or what to do with them.
You tried 1?
Oh, hold on. I did something. Yeah, that's a good thing. Can type in an answer with the number pad, but no, the number pad does not do anything. I shot a projectile from the 3, but but I'm not sure what that's doing. So, once upon a time, back in the moldy old days when the years started with a 1, video games would ship with little books. It's a bizarre idea, I know. But you had to go somewhere and physically acquire a video game, and there would always be a book with it, and the book would tell you what the fuck you were supposed to be doing. So it is a lot harder to play games of this era, just like pick them up and slam them in the slot, because they're expecting you to come into them with some amount of knowledge that you don't necessarily have. I'm sure this is well explained if you read the manual before you launched it.
Do you have Rocky Super Action Boxing, a fighting game for the ColecoVision?
Rocky Super Action Boxing. How
both Rocky and Super Action are trademarked?
Yeah. Wouldn't want to let somebody else steal the idea for Super Action from you. It has head-to-head. It has like actual competitive multiplayer. One player games, you are Rocky or you are Clubber. I'd like to be Clubber. I love a game that lets you kick the shit out of Rocky. Okay, you know what? For the graphics technology that they're working with, that's a pretty good Sylvester Stallone, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a video game.
Yeah.
It seems like I can't hit Rocky. Does it not seem like my arms should be making contact with him?
Yeah.
He's hitting me a lot, and it's embarrassing. Also, Clubber, I know you like. Okay, I got him. You gotta wait for him to put his hands down. I don't really have a button for putting my hands up. Clubber, you gotta protect your face, man. Okay, I'm good. See, Rocky's approaching me with his hands sort of in his face, so that if I were to try to punch him in his face, he would be less punched than I am. That's in boxing. That's called strategy. Rocky by 33. I don't necessarily disagree. I don't seem to be able to put my hands up, so every time he throws a punch, I just get hit like a big idiot.
I mean, you have like 9 or 10 numerical buttons. One of them might be a block.
I pressed all of them.
Okay.
I think you should know. I think you should know that every time we launch one of these games, I mash my entire numerical keypad to see if it will do anything at all. Do you know there's a sequel to Frogger? Frogger 2.
Okay.
And for some reason, it's called Frogger 2 3-Deep.
All right.
And I don't know if I like that. Oh, because it's like underwater.
So that Rocky game came with a separate controller.
Oh, interesting.
They had 4 buttons.
And did one of those allow you to block?
It looks like there's like a defensive button, and there were different types of punches.
But wait, what was the mechanics of the?
I mean, I'm just reading what it says on the Wikipedia.
None of that shit mapped to the. I'm incredibly good at Frogger. None of that mapped to any of the existing. Okay. I mean, it's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at Frogger. It's insane. How has anyone ever?
But you just. I mean, you just didn't have the controller to go with a completely legal cartridge.
Yeah.
You know, that's not your fault.
Yeah. Listen, I got a big pile of peripherals over here. They are unsorted. Yep, got those 100 points on purpose. Okay, then it's the same screen. Frogger, everybody.
Frogger. All right. Well, what else do we got
Amabel,
here on the ColecoVision?
Is it possible that video games were bad in the early 80s?
They weren't great. Okay.
This game's called It's Only Rock and Roll.
All
Press
right.
left button. What will you call your group?
All right.
Did you have something to say? You've said all right 6 times in a row now.
We should call it all right. All right.
Oh, okay. I see. It was a suggestion. It feels to me like there could.
No, that works too.
Yep, the Amrites. That's
Keep
what
going.
they're called.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I pressed the right button to see if that would be backspace, but it apparently is enter, and so our group is now called. All right, we have 25 happiness and 1,000 energy. In my experience, this is what rock bands are like. I would love to write a song. Please wait. I need inspiration.
All right. This is like a some kind of.
What is happening?
I think you wrote a song.
Yeah, but why was it okay? Why did it just okay out like that? Well, now that we know a song, there's no. I mean, we should just go on tour.
We should make a record and video.
We should just go on tour. We should go on tour in Europe, which does not contain Britain. The tour will cost this much money. We'll make $400 at our first date, and there'll be 29 dates. Is this game just can you do math? I'm going to say yes. How much energy will you put into each concert? To a maximum of 34. 18. Slightly more than half. Look at it go. The concert went well. You arrived late. As we all know,
Drummer was drunk.
those are the two outcomes. The drummer's drunk a lot, actually. Our total happiness is really in the fucking toilet. Nobody else in the group drinks. It's just the drummer. Oh no, Amabel.
Yeah.
We came up behind on the concert tour, and also our drummer is a desperate alcoholic. Okay, finally some fucking band.
Yep, that's what this is.
I thought there was maybe going to be a little bit of gameplay to this game. It instead appears to be an animated spreadsheet. This is like playing Drug Wars on a TI-84.
Do your audience know what a TI-84 is? Do we need to do TI-84 games next?
Get a perfectly legal TI-84. Were you about to recommend something when I found It's Only Rock and Roll?
There's a Star Wars game.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
No, is this a? You say that like is this a one of your comic books? This is a property I should be familiar with.
Might be
Star Wars.
I'm just
Parker Brothers.
because I'm looking through this, and a lot of things are like basically Donkey Kong. And we don't need more Donkey Kong, right? So, but Star Wars isn't. I don't know what it is.
Select a Death Star. Oh no. Okay, yeah, uninvert that shit. That's a fun menu. Oh my god. Okay, it is so sensitive. What is this? Did they shoot fireworks at me? The screen does say shoot fireballs. You remember in Star Wars how the TIE fighters were always shooting huge fireballs at the Rebel Alliance?
Yeah.
Oh fuck, it's the Death Star. I'm going to shoot it from a distance with my lasers. Okay. Alright, we're trench running. Use the force or whatever. Do I have a button for that? Alright, I gotta keep shooting these fireballs. How much game do you think there is here?
Probably not much. This is probably...
Yeah, like I'm wondering... Boy. Shouldn't I have had to fire a proton torpedo or... The very quiet Star Wars music is at least Star Wars music, and I will give them that. It's maybe not like the most appropriate like dog fighting music. Amabel, I think video games might be bad. I think we should quit. I think we should find a new business. All right, let's look at one or two more and then get out of here.
All right.
Because this is depressing.
Do you have any suggestions?
I'm looking. There is, of course, Root Beer Tapper. Just to make sure that you all understand that Tapper is not a game that promotes alcoholism. There is a Q*bert, of course. There's a
game called Dragonfire.
20th Century Fox presents Porky's.
Oh no.
Which skill level do you think is going to lead to the most sexual assault?
Yeah, should I look this one up and make sure you're not going to get, like, demonetized?
What am I doing? What am I supposed to be doing? If I step in the water, it's going to be bad, right? Yep. Okay.
I think you need to pick up that stick. Somehow.
None of the buttons do anything. Well, this is approximately as entertaining as watching Porky's. So I guess they nailed that. I can't make it do stuff. I have now pressed all of the buttons so many times. Okay.
You pushed up and down on the joystick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Both by the water side and by the tree. Porky's, everybody. Don't go watch the movie.
No, don't.
That would be my advice. And I'm here to help you, saving you a lost hour and a half. Wizard of Id's Wizmath.
Oh no.
Yokes on you, comma the. All right, here we go. This sounds like a video game as a video game. Amabel, are you ready to conclude things with Tunnels and Trolls?
Sure.
Okay, apparently it just makes this one noise the whole time. It's a solid, steady.
Tunnels and Trolls is a TTRPG, right?
Maybe. Seems like it could be. Really is just gonna keep making this noise. That's it. That's all they got. Okay, okay. Amabel.
Yeah.
This was a nightmare.
Okay, that's it. That's all we're doing. All right.
What is the opposite of a triumph? They got a name for that?
I don't know.
Like a bad miracle.
Yeah, so Tunnels and Trolls was the second role-playing game. It was published in '75 as a competitor to D&D. That's supposed to be more accessible. I know it's been revived a few times. So, I don't know what that video game was, but that was the...
You know what? The name of the ROM does have demo at the end of it. It was the thing we saw is literally just what it was. It was just like... They're using the word demo there not to mean demo in like the modern, like here's a portion of my game, but demo like demo scene demo. I don't know if you're familiar.
I'm not.
It's basically like... It's basically just like a little... The demo scene is like an art movement dedicated to using computers. Like they just use computers to produce like a little thing that plays at the beginning of a game. It used to be a big thing for like game cracking groups would always try to include like a really slick demo that would run at the beginning of the game if you played their cracked version of it.
Okay.
It's just a way of like showing off your like graphics programming and sort of like art design skills. We could do a demo scene stream sometime. I'm not like super well informed about this, but I guess I'm going to admit to something on stream here. I've played a cracked video game or two in my day.
What?
Listen, I was poor. It was cracked video games or no video games. And I've been doing crime consistently ever since.
Well, that's one of the things that I love about you.
I take Be Gay Do Crime very seriously. I do both. I do both of them as hard as I can.
You do. You are my crimes girlfriend. Is that better?
Thank you. I appreciate that. Anime is a crime, but it's not like the fun kind. There's good anime. I just don't. Okay.
You know what I just was thinking of?
What's that?
Was the time when that guy was at our place and he asked you, like, what does BK do crimes mean?
Okay, so hold on. The guy.
That was really
Amabel's telling this story in a way that makes it way less interesting than what actually happened. So there was a reporter from the New Yorker in our apartment because Amabel is a big important person, and they did a piece. I don't know if I've linked to the profile that they did of Amabel in the New Yorker in like the subreddit and stuff in the past. People have probably seen it. It's also the link I'm sure is still there if you want to go find it.
Yeah.
That guy came over and I was wearing a tank top that said "Be Gay, Do Crimes." I was wearing a tank top that has that like that bum long. Shoot, let me see if I can find it.
Yeah,
I will put the image on screen.
You were described, I believe, as wearing a Be Gay Do Crimes tank top with skeletal arm warmers.
Yeah, which is accurate. That's the
Yeah.
thing I was doing. Because that's because that's what I do. Because that's how I get down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing I'm wearing a dress with skeletons on it right now.
But he seemed befuddled by the BG2 crime and asked you to explain it, and it was very funny. I don't feel like the New Yorker part of that was really an important part of the story. I feel the important part of the story.
It's important that we were talking to somebody from the fucking establishment. We were talking to a square. This is the image that's on that tank top. Yeah. So this is I was wearing this, and he was like, why would you be gay, do crimes? What's the story with that? And then also I had to explain to him what shitposting was.
You did, yeah. And then your definition ended up in the New Yorker.
My definition of shitposting appeared in the New Yorker, which I do think is very funny. I'm not the kind of person who necessarily places a lot of stock in appearing in publications. But if I am going to appear in a publication, that's what I want to be doing in it. So telling people what shitposting is. And defending my desire to do crime. So anyway, Amabel, we've reached the end of the stream.
Okay.
We blew off an important part of the I'm sorry, I just looked over at chat and saw stuff from many minutes ago. I saw this. I'm sure this comment was posted when we were playing the Trolls and Tunnels thing. Lazuli just asking, why is it screaming? Because it knows. Listen, we all have to exist, and we all feel that pain, right? Sometimes I scream. It's okay to scream.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've reached the end of the stream, a critical part of the end of the stream where we share stuff with each other, and then we're gonna do it out loud. But y'all in the chat, feel free to do it in the text down there as well if you'd like. Just share stuff, media that was important to us. Media was important to us in the last week. Things that we think are rad. Amabel, do you have something? Do you have some hot things from the? What do you want to share? Rescue me from the train wreck of this sentence.
You go first, so I don't end up sharing the same things you shared. We watched a lot of stuff together.
We did watch a lot of stuff together.
Toes.
I do. Yeah, we did. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna say right now. Alexander Avila is a social issues video essayist, I guess I would say. Definitely one of my favorites. Dude is smart as hell. Very well constructed video essays with a good sense of humor. And this last one, Hamilton and the Death of the Obama Era, I think is really fascinating, extremely worth people's time. But also, I just want to shout out Alexander Avila in general because like his shit is great. Go watch him. Go watch his things. A lot of them are about gay. They're about gay, and that's almost the highest recommendation I could give about a thing. I know that is something that might have been on your list because you did also watch that essay.
I saw that earlier today.
I was going to mention it last week, and then I forgot to mention stuff because we ran so long last week that we just kind of like bailed out of here without doing this part. What about you, Amabel? You got something? I got another thing, but I know you haven't seen it. So.
Let's see. I watched the last couple Philosophy Tube videos, and the one about Judith Butler, which came out, I don't know, in May or something. That's very good. It made me cry, but it's quite good, and I highly recommend it. But people don't necessarily need me to recommend. I mean, everyone knows Philosophy Tube, right? So, yeah, that's I don't know. I watched a lot of video essays, and that's one I watched recently that really stuck with me. I've been watching a lot of an old TV series, Tate. I like it. It's a Western, so the usual problems with westerns are present. So, viewer beware there. And I'm playing something called Aminal Well.
If you wanted
Have you heard of this game?
Animal Well. If you wanted to learn about this show Tate, I think you could maybe go to this link that I've just dropped in the chat there.
Damn it.
To see a 32-minute video essay about the classic Western TV series you've probably never seen. Written, created, directed, edited, and delivered by our own Amabel Holland, who does video essays and writes about things.
What else have you seen?
I'm noticing people saying in the chat things. Mordred Rawl pointing out that Islands of Insight does now have a proper offline mode, which it should have launched with, and it's crazy. It's crazy. Everything about the design of that game is crazy, but also it's good. Also, it's really fun. So yeah, it's cool that is finally available for people. Stephanie's talking about Alien Romulus being pretty good, 2/3 of the way of it, pretty good, and then less so later. I'm a little cautious. I'm like cautiously interested in that. There's so much good horror stuff coming out that I am just like waiting for it to come to VOD, and it's very frustrating. It's a very frustrating time for me.
Yeah.
I want to see that. I want very badly to see that one with it's Channing Tatum and Alia Shawkat, and it looks so good. And then Cuckoo, obviously, and Longlegs.
I'm less excited for Longlegs.
Is it just because of how much we didn't necessarily love the?
The director's other film that everyone loved,
the Black Coat's Daughter.
Yeah, I thought that was shit. So it's
I am forced to agree with you. I did think it was bad. The funny thing is, I think we mostly didn't think it was bad for the same reasons. Even we both didn't like it independently. But yeah, speaking of horror movies, the other thing I saw that I thought was quite rad, that I would like to shout out is this horror movie out of Ireland that I've been waiting for a while, and it is now finally available on streaming. You can finally see it on your internets. This thing. It's called All You Need Is Death. Look at that. It's got the ratio. Have we talked about the sound ratio on here before?
I'm not sure. It's really worth repeating for people.
I find that the movies I like tend to have a pretty significant gap between like the Rotten Tomatoes critic score and the public consumption score. So like the Rotten Tomatoes audience score is a good barometer for this, or sometimes like the IMDb score. But anything where there's more than like a 30% difference, that's usually the stuff that interests me. Some of my very favorite movies have wild gaps. But to not get too distracted too quickly, yeah. All You Need Is Death. Love is a knife with a blade for a handle. It's rad. It's super rad. It's Paul Dwayne wrote and directed, I believe, and yeah, this is super worth it if you are into horror movies at all. I would strongly recommend paying the $4.
So if you're ever online chat and you see someone just say ratio, they're talking about this.
Yeah, the sound ratio. It's a well-known thing that publicly it gets referred to in public all the time. I'm trying to think. We're all going to the World's Fair, right?
Yeah, that definitely has.
It's like the classic ratio.
The canonical, yeah.
The canonical 90% critic rating, 20% audience rating.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't watch We're All Going to the World's Fair in the last week, but like this movie's great.
Yeah,
I'll shout this out, and also the director's newer thing that I think hit with more people. I Saw the TV Glow is the name of it. It's good, just good horror films that are. I don't know that I would say that. In fact, I would not. I would not say that We're All Going to the World's Fair is about being trans necessarily. It doesn't feel to me like it's about transness. But I will say that every trans person I've shown that I've recommended that movie to has come back to me and said, yeah, wow, that really like that fucked me up. And every cis person that I've recommended the movie to has watched it and been like, I don't think I got it. I don't know. It's just, I did not have a great time. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe something's being communicated on a frequency that like, whatever. Some people just can't perceive certain kinds of things. I always think of my mom in these circumstances. My mom has just like this critical inability to perceive queerness in a way that's like it's not even like she doesn't like, she's cool. She's not like homophobic or anything, but she just can't tell that it's happening in a way that's like really bizarre. After she watched Bit, I had her watch Bit, the trans lesbian vampire movie, which is also fucking rad, by the way. Huge recommendation. I asked her, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how queer would you say that movie was? And she was like, the fact that you're asking me this question suggests that the number is going to be higher, but like a 1? And like, ladies, there's lesbianism in the movie. Like, you see, you know, it's you don't actually see like sex, but you see the classic, you know, they're kissing, fade to black, cut away, and then back, and they're in bed together in their underwear. And it's like, that's fucking, there's gay sex in that movie, at the very least alluded. It's like, I had to point it out to her, and she was like, "Oh, I guess that is what that was."
Your mom's so sweet.
She's a sweetheart, but she just, that's what I'm saying. Like, she doesn't have the right, her receptors, her sense receptors are the wrong shape, and queerness just bounces out of them. Anyway. Also, shout out to Harmonies. Harmonies is a fun little board game. I think that's going to be it. That's going to be it for us. My mom is a treasure. Thank you.
Yeah, no, she's a real nice lady. I had a real fun time with this ColecoVision stuff, sweetheart.
I'm glad that somebody did. I hope it was entertaining for y'all.
Yeah. I mean, it's really interesting to me because, you know, before the Nintendo, my gaming was the Atari and Intellivision, and this is like, as rough as it is kind of miles ahead of the Atari and Intellivision. So it was neat to get this kind of in-between thing.
Yeah, you can sort of see how in some ways how it does like how it does serve as a middle ground between the Atari, like the 2600 era, and the NES era. A little bit. Definitely more toward the Atari 2600 side of that situation. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next week for video games. There's new stuff. There's new stuff coming up because old stuff completed. I am so drowsy. My sleep stuff has been acting up so badly the last like couple of weeks. I'm just like, I am sleeping all the time. I have a neurological disorder that makes my sleep very difficult to control. And yeah, so I need to go to sleep. I'm gonna go take a nap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope everybody had fun. Come back during the next week for more games, and on next weekend, something else is probably happening. I don't know. Look, I can't. I'm not making any promises. We'll see. But we'll see you then.
We'll see you then.
Listen, we'll be around. It's the internet. Just go to youtube.com/SBPlaysGames or whatever the hell it is that leads to Amabel's channel, and watch this stuff.
At Hollandspiel.
There you go.
Pretty easy to remember.
All right. Have a nice whatever's left of your Sunday, y'all.